So Koi, how's it going over there?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So, you know what we're doing today?
Rando?
We're doing a Link to the Past randomizer. It's a Crosskeys race.
Wait, Crosskeys? I didn't sign up for that.
Too late. You're already here.
It's too many things. I can't remember them all. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta get pen and paper.
It's too late. The snipers are already in position. You have no choice. Oh no, the snipers took him out.
Okay, I have returned. I have pen and paper. I'm ready to take notes. I keep track of all the things, including where Spike Cave is.
So today on stream we got Mikan and Wallhacks. With the bunny and I have no idea. I have no idea what Wallhacks.
Wallhacks.
Wallhacks is a more interesting name. I'm tempted to call him that throughout the entire run, but no, I won't.
He goes by Wally.
Wally, that was starting.
Wally, oxen free. A bottle. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a nice early check in Kakariko with the sick kid. And it looks like we've already got a split. Mikan is going towards the Grove path to Kakariko, and Wallhat Kicks is setting up. Yeah, that's a fake flipper.
Yeah, so Wall Kick's route here is the more standard route as an opening in Crosskeys. The drops in the game are only shuffled amongst themselves. And there's several very important ones, such as where Ganon is, or the Kakariko Well, and the Uncle Drop. So typically getting your drops out of the way really fast is a good start to the game. And then the Wall Kick's route also routes in the Potion Shop, which is very difficult to route in any other way. It's kind of off by itself. Mikan instead, though, goes the guaranteed bombs route and gets bombs from the 50-50 bushes.
That is the back of Skullwood, so we already have access to Mothra.
Yeah, he will need a sword, a small key, and a fire source to get to the boss. But, you know, we can get that chest at least.
Well, unfortunately, just more bombs.
And then Wall Kicks is also, after checking the drop, going to set up a Houlihan here and make sure that he has rupees, because it's very common that you find like a shop to buy bombs a lot earlier than you find bombs themselves. In addition to just the few entrances that require you to have money, like say the chest game from Village of Outcasts.
So Mikan found a fire source. There's a lamp in that race game.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has no way to get to it. He'll have to either find the exit that takes him to the race game, or he'll have to mirror there from the Dark World later.
That was a potion shop in the library. That is hilarious.
Oh, Wallkicks found Palace of Darkness there in the Fortune Teller shop, or Fortune Teller hut by Lake Hylia.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the back entrance of the bar is always the same, correct?
Yes, that will always be vanilla. Oh, Wallkicks finds the top of Paradox, but 3 hearts, it's pretty tough to get through those.
Mikan, meanwhile, found the entrance to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Turtle Rock, a lot more difficult to make use of right now. No Canis and Maria, but Wallkicks is going to dip into Palace of Darkness. He can get this one chest in the shooter room, and if he wants to mimic clip, he can get a couple more.
Wow, that'll help.
Yeah, Half Magic's a nice find. Looks like he's going to take the Death Warp out of here, though.
Let's be real. That's probably the best call right there.
Wallkick's also going to come in here and pick up bombs from these pots, but I don't think he's going to continue on.
I found the Smiths.
Oh, he is continuing on. Are you doing Mimic Clip?
He's probably going to do Mimic Clip. Which, considering he already has a potion, that's not a bad choice.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't even think he had the bottle. Yeah, he'll do PCU. I thought he was going to go for like the Mimic Clip, where you hold the wall and do a bunch of one-frame inputs. Mikan finds the chicken house in Kakariko. Some shuffle game.
We got a shell game going on.
And he'll also be able to check one more drop right here, although we can't actually do the drop. And it is Back of Escape. So Back of Escape will be locked behind the hammer or the small key.
Or mirror.
But that's a really nice place for Sanctuary, like right in Kakariko. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe, pretty nice location for it. That is a mean place for Spike Cave, though. Well, I guess it's better than its vanilla location, I guess.
Alright, Walkix didn't really find anything in Palace of Darkness. Gonna brave these mini Moldorms. Gets through and taking only one hit. That's nice.
I feel like with the invincibility frames, like, that's not a terrible risk.
Well, sometimes the mini Moldorms like to walk the same direction you're walking. So, like, you take a hit and you continue walking past them, but they come with you, and then your iframes run out and they're still on top of you. Walkix did buy bombs here. He had to do that because he'll need bombs to do the top of Paradox Cave, both to kill the mini Moldorms and to hit the switch.
We found a castle key in Paradox, and it looks like Mikan found something in the... I couldn't tell what the item was, though.
Walkix, don't die! Okay, he got all the items. That's all that mattered. Everything else is gravy.
We found Mimic Cave.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't look like Kakariko has been like too fruitful.
I don't know. Mikan found the power globes.
Yeah, I mean, you got a glow out of it, but like it's a lot of entrances to only get one thing from.
Is that a vanilla Thieves' Hut? Oh no, that's the bat.
Oh, I wasn't watching.
It's a bat in the Thieves' Hut. So correct me if I'm wrong.
What's up?
This does shuffle Ganon's location in it, right?
Yes, Ganon is a drop, so it'll be shuffled into another drop.
Okay. So what do you want to bet that it's vanilla location?
Well, I think we only have 2 drops or 3 drops left, so $60.
Well, here's the thing: we didn't actually check the Houlihan drop, did we?
The Back of Escape drop? No, we haven't seen that one yet. Mikan's headed to it now. He's also going to check the Lumberjack drop right here, which is the Thieves' Hideout.
Which is locked.
Please be nothing. Okay, just a heart container, so he doesn't have to worry about doing Aga for that location at least.
I was kind of hoping that was Ganon. That is an interesting spot for Ice Palace.
Wallcakes doesn't, he didn't know that the hints were turned off.
See, I feel like for this you should leave the hints turned on.
Yeah, I don't know how to decide things like that, but I think for pretty much every single preset, the bot has hints automatically turned off. All right, Mikan will check the front or the Sanctuary entrance right now, which will be the other side of the Back of Escape drop. And that is Kakariko Well, so that is 4 locations locked behind gloves. But it's a good thing Mikan has them. That just leaves Vanilla Ganon, right? Am I
maybe.
forgetting something? It's hard when you're not the one
Oh
playing.
my, that's a hook shot. Dropkick is not feeling happy with the vanilla amount of arrows and bombs.
Yeah, he buys the capacity upgrade, so he'll have 15 and 35 instead of 10 and 30. But the main thing this does is it maxes out his current amount. It's like now he has 15 instead of whatever he had before. Somebody will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we've seen every drop now except for Ganon. And we haven't seen Ganon.
We have not. So, Wallkicks and Meekin are kind of tracing each other's steps right now. According to chat, we already found one connector. Where are the connectors normally located at? Or is there a normal location?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Like, what are we looking for the connectors to Dark World?
Well, I mean, it can be any entrance that has 2 exits. So, like, Wallkicks found Paradox Cave earlier that has 3 different entrances, and each one can lead you to a completely different part of the game. He got kind of trapped in there, so he wasn't able to check all of them, though. He can find Tower of Hera. Although I don't believe we have any keys or anything for this at all.
Nope.
But connectors are a big part of Crosskeys in general. They can often derail your routing. Say Mikan went to Kakariko right away, and the second entrance he went into was a connector that led him to Village of Outcasts or something, right? Like, do I stay and continue doing Kakariko, or do I go through and start doing Village of Outcasts checks and things like that?
There's something to make a call on. We've got Meyer at Dam.
Oh, Mikan finds one of our 5 item location entrances. This is Mini Moldorb Cave. As it turns out, places with 5 items are more likely to have progression than places with 1 item. But not today, because that was terrible.
Well, the only progression he found was the bottle he already had.
Alright, let's go through this. We found Meyer in the dam.
Found Swamp. Not Swamp. Yeah, we did find Swamp, actually, in Kakariko.
We did? Are you sure?
Pretty sure it was Kakariko.
Found Skull Woods.
Yeah, we also found Skull Woods there, and Turtle Rock.
You don't remember finding Swamp. Chat agrees with you, though.
And Mikan is using the arrow minigame to increase his funds a little bit.
Yeah, he didn't do that Houlihan, so he's been hurting a little bit more for money than Wallkicks did.
Honestly, I always forget how easy it is to earn a bunch of money there.
Yeah, it's a real consistent setup to get 104 rupees, I think. Every time you play the game.
That is a big key.
Our first big key for Easter.
That is either really unfortunate or really good. We haven't found Eastern yet. It could be in Turtle Rock for all we know.
Well, Eastern's always like a really terrible dungeon to find in Crosskeys because it's such a straight shot. You know, it's a very linear path through the dungeon, and all the things that you can't necessarily do right away are in the back. So typically, if you find Eastern too early, it feels really uncomfortable because you have to like, do I go in here for 4 items or do I save it for later and maybe save a bunch of time on a single dip? So finding the big key before finding Eastern, I think, is definitely a good thing.
Look, I found progression too many times in Eastern to just ignore it. Including a vanilla bow. That was fun. So far, we haven't found anything super exciting.
Well, we might see Mikan check the other exits here in Paradox Cave that Walkix was unable to do. With that hook shot, he's a little more prepared for these mini Moldorms. He won't have too much trouble killing them.
I want to say finding that castle tower key early is a sign.
It very often is. We still haven't found Agus Hour yet, though.
Nobody's even checked Hyrule Castle either.
Oh, we haven't seen the Uncle drop. Okay,
We haven't.
There was one more drop. It wasn't just a Gaina drop. Oh, that's surprising. I usually do that one like super early. But I'm also bad at Crosskeys, so maybe I shouldn't be watching these guys for tips.
I don't think it's a bad call to do Uncle Drop early. I think it's just the routing for this is... Oh, hey, there's Swamp.
Oh, the Mire area. Yeah, Mikan finds this through one of the connectors from Paradox Cave. And it is Quake to open the Mire entrance, although it's, you know, obviously not Misery Mire.
Gotta get the quack.
And we found Blind's Hideout, another 5-item location. Unfortunately, you gotta be able to put down bombs for that one, and Mikan, being in the Dark World, is a naked bunny and cannot do such things.
Yeah, and you can't even die in that location to get access to it. And the library.
Was there anything there?
A key.
Okay.
So, Moon Pearl, definitely going to be something everyone's looking for. Uh-oh. Chad is angry at us. We're cursing the runners.
What did I do? I didn't do it.
No, that one was all you.
Alright, Mikan headed back to Paradox Cave. He wants to check that other exit.
A good idea.
He was unable to get this one before because no bombs. So he wouldn't be able to bomb jump back. But coming back from the entrance, the original entrance, he finds himself on Death Mountain. That's a fantastic connector. Wall Kicks is in a trouble for not finding that one earlier. Hopefully he finds something that leads there anyway. And that's Eastern Palace and Mini Moldorm Cave.
That's interesting.
Wall Kicks is leaving it behind, even with the big key.
There's a dark room on Mikan's screen. Is this the old man?
It is probably the backside of the old man. Like the Death Mountain Ascent Cave. Because that side of the Death Mountain Ascent Cave always has to be accessible from the old man's entrance, so that you can return him. So while Mikan can't logically return the old man and get the save and quit point,
That is
being up here on the
power.
mountain itself is in logic. So good luck, Mikan. All the things.
You want to get? You guys want to play the guessing game? Do we think Ganon's tower key is?
Not even checking the torch.
Yeah, you can at least get at least 6 more checks.
No, he needs a hammer to go.
Oh, he does need a hammer. I always forget what is needed for where.
He could have gone over to the left side just to see what was on the torch, which might have been the hammer, But most likely just nothing on the torch. Wallkick's finding himself in Blind's hideout as well, but prior to finding the Moon Pearl, so can't do anything there.
Yeah, we need that Moon Pearl in Agina's cave. Up on Death Mountain. That's not where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, one more item location here for Mikan. Wallkick's also seeing that key on the library. Ooh, a second big key. This time for Desert
Palace.
which we also haven't found.
Vanilla Palace. Still no one checking Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, I find this a little surprising because, you kind of want to know where Ganon is. So typically route in the drops as fast as you can.
Never mind. We found Hyrule Castle. Not what I intended, but I'll take it.
It's kind of an awkward situation here for Mikan. He does not have enough bombs to finish this. He can kill this one guard, but that's it.
And that is not what you want to find.
So it looks like his intention here is to steal the key.
And do what with it?
Sequence break the hammer to the back. Because remember, the back of escape was in the magic bat drop, so therefore locked behind the hammer. So the two things that get us to the back of escape are either the hammer or the small key and the lamp. But if Mikan steals this small key, he just needs to have the lamp or do the dark room.
Well, unfortunately, case.
Yeah, getting knocked out at Skullwoods kind of can't do anything from here.
Well, you're here. Might as well check that entrance.
Yeah, you can check the other side of Skullwoods.
I can just kind of feel Mikan seething right now because of that.
Wallkick's going to check that torch. It is just 20 rupees, and he'll death warp out. So Mikan can employ a glitch here called Dungeon Bunny Revival. If as a bunny you die inside a dungeon, the game will revive you as regular Link, with all of regular Link's regular Link powers, such as slashing your sword or picking up pots and opening chests.
Isn't that also called Super Bunny, or is that
Super Bunny is a different thing, but similar in how it's a bunny doing regular Link things. No,
Mikan, please.
An ill-advised hookshot shot. Unfortunately got him picked up by that wall master. He'll have to do the room again.
Say that 3 times fast. Hookshot shot.
All right, he's got it now. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
And Wallkicks did make his way back to Paradox to check those entrances.
And it
he is
was
up on the
entirely
mountain.
worth because he got the sword.
Yeah, that's a very nice out of logic sword. I'm curious if we'll go back to Front of Escape now and forego stealing that key.
Is this out of logic?
Yeah, he's a bunny. The Dungeon Bunny Revival is a glitch. It's not in logic.
Oh, okay.
So Wallkicks is in a different situation here because he actually has a bunch of bombs. He can full clear the Front of Escape. And he will do so, not stealing that key.
Meekin doing a check I always forget about.
To no avail, however, just fairies there in the B shop. Now, it's definitely worth noting, though, that these checks that Wallkicks is headed to are also not in logic.
Because they will never ask you to do it with just a bomb?
No, because he hasn't found the small key for this dungeon. It will ask you to do it with bombs, actually. The game does not care.
Wait.
So he needs the small key to be here logically, because stealing that key that Mikan has right now is a possibility.
But
so if the
why would he need to steal the key?
No, you don't need to steal the key, but because you can steal the key, the game has to make sure that the actual key is available before these checks, otherwise you would be able to lock yourself out.
Not really a lot in there, though, so not necessarily worth it.
I mean, it's worth it in the sense that, you know, if you were always going to do it, you did it on your first trip, so it was a little faster than coming back later. But yeah, no progression.
And he's not even bothering to check the rest of it, either.
Yeah, I think he wants to check out these other Death Mountain entrances before he starts diving into the connectors that Hyrule Castle leads to. And Mikan finds another connector here, the Elder House. And it leads him up to the top of Dark Death Mountain.
Meekin stopping to take a few notes. Admire the view.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening, is he's taking notes. Very complicated mode. Oh, Wallkicks and Tic-Tacs do not get along.
He's got a blue potion, it's fine.
And you'll also pick up 3 hearts here in these pots. Very nice. The Sahas Relic gives us information. The green pendant is Palace of Darkness.
And there's Moon Pearl.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Wallkicks probably made the right call there. Meanwhile, Meekin is just continuing their exploration of Dark World as it's...
Wallkicks does find a connector there in the bottom of, or middle of Paradox. It's the Paradox event, Paradox Cave. But not checking it just yet. Gonna go finish up these Death Mountain entrances, and then he'll go back.
Look,
we find bombos and a pod key.
This whole randomizer is a paradox.
And that leads Wallkicks up to the top of Hyrule Castle. This is definitely in an area that you can't get to super easily in Crosskeys.
And we got another dark room.
Yeah, the normal way to get up here would be to mirror from the pyramid, but just finding an entrance works. Unfortunately, you can't get into the Aga Tower entrance, and the other one's a dark room.
Uh,
nice find though. Front of Hyrule
yeah,
Castle is TR Laser Bridge.
that's an interesting find. We're probably going to see a bunch of deaths here.
So he can do iframe strats for the top and the bottom chest like he just did by just falling and then using those iframes to get to this chest. But to get to the middle ones, he's going to have to skip these lasers. So he's doing a nifty little technique here, the fast walk skip, where he walks across on this particular pixel and does like a little stutter step partway through, and that times out the laser perfectly for him to just walk straight to that chest. Looks like he's going to go for iframes on this last chest, though.
I think that was worth it. Flippers.
Yeah, flippers are a great find. I'm not sure about if it has any Crosskeys specific logic, but that's in logic as far as I'm aware. To do those checks without safety.
We found Ganon, which means Uncle is inside the pyramid.
Okay, I mean that's good. I mean, I'd rather 2 checks be behind Agatu than Ganon.
And Meekin finally pushed too hard as the bunny and took a death.
The back of escape is in logic with either the small key and a lamp or with the hammer, which would let us just drop down to it. To answer chat.
Wall Kicks is taking the opportunity with the flipper find to go cash in the hope. You know, saying it out loud, that phrase sounds a little weird.
No, I gotcha.
And the hobo had a small key to his summer home.
In desert.
Speaking of desert, I didn't see where Meekin came in at.
This is a hospital site.
Well. And that's another sword on the lamp.
Yeah, you'll need boots to get that one. And just a map on Hylia Island. Probably not going to worry too much about where the maps are. More of a if you find it on the way kind of thing.
Using the big key to grab a small key.
It looks like Wallkicks has headed back to the Mire area. Remember, there was Blind's hideout here. 5 items that he can get now with that Moon Pearl.
Yep. Maybe boots are there. I think boots would give Wall Kicks a staggering lead at this point.
We do have to put up with the rain noise for a while, though. Okay, it's gone now.
There's no rain in the basement.
And Mikan getting blocked off once again, finding an exit that takes him to an entrance he can't enter.
The path leads him to a prize that he cannot attain.
But no love here in the Blind Hideout.
No.
Mikan makes his way to front of Hyrule Castle, which is TR Laser Bridge. So assuming he does these checks, he'll be able to get flippers as well.
Blue
Mikan's
Phoenix.
using a different... what?
To answer your question, you have to get the compass for your dungeon to have the items show up.
Oh, yeah, the compass functionality. It's specific to entrance randomizer. Although you can turn it on with the customizer feature on the website.
I think it's also available in Keysanity.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. It's anytime map and compasses are shuffled is what it is. So Mikan employing a different strategy here for Laser Bridge, where he waits at the corner and uses his wits and reflexes to make it past that laser. And it does get him the flippers, but it just, I don't know, I feel like it kind of puts him farther away from getting that Moon Pearl. Wall kicks
There's
finds
Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, that's a nice one to find. Another big, dense item location.
Which will have nothing.
It might have something. It's possible.
Nope. Commentator curse.
That's a thing, I guess. Thieves Town Big Key.
That's not the worst.
Swamp Small Key is actually kind of fantastic.
It really is, because most of the other keys in Swamp are available without a check. Actually, all of them. Is that Ice Palace? That exits to Ice Palace.
Yeah, unfortunately, not very helpful. Although it does mean he won't have to check it later.
That is true. Did he check the Lake Hylia Island?
He did, yes.
Okay. I think this is the first time we've checked out Eastern.
Yeah, I think Mikan's headed here as well to check these entrances.
Well,
That's
that's
just the front of Hyrule Castle.
that's a find.
Yeah, that's all three of the Hyrule Castle entrances for us now. We had one on west of Mountain, one... Where was the other one? Shoot. I can't remember now. Hyrule Castle, it was Hyrule Castle.
I forget, where was Moon Pearl?
Moon Pearl was on east of Mountain. Mikan needs to head back to the mountain and use his hookshot to get over to east of Mountain to find the entrance that leads to Moon Pearl. I can't remember which entrance exactly, but it was
Look,
there.
you remembered the location. That's better than I'm doing.
So Wallkicks is actually going to be able to check 2 extra chests in this dungeon that Mikan was unable to before, having found the small key for Desert Palace. So hopefully they lead to something. It could happen. Like the powder. Where was Magic Bat? That was the Thieves' Hideout, right?
Maybe.
The one in Lost Woods. I believe that's what you told me, because I don't remember saying it at all.
Look, Koi.
And I'm like, what was that entrance, Drake? And you're like, oh, it was Magic Bat. I'm like, oh, cool, I didn't see it. But no, I saw it. It was definitely Magic Bat.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Some days I don't even remember my name. I have no idea where I said
okay.
Magic Bat was.
Alright.
But Cudslin is saying Bat got lost in the woods, so...
Yeah, I thought it was in the woods. I thought so. I don't know how quickly Wallkicks is going to head there. But if he does have the powder now, it will be available. Wallkick's headed through this connector at the front of the tavern. We call this Fairy Ascension Cave. More like, let's get to the top of Death Mountain Cave.
You know the one item I hate finding in these kinds of seeds?
The mirror?
Yeah.
No, the mirror is awesome in Crosskeys. You want that.
No, the reason why I don't like mirror in this is because it completely messes with my head, and I have to readjust the
Right. All right, so Wallkicks has found Spectacle Rock Cave, and he actually found the good entrance that actually leads to the item here. But this will also serve as a connector. One out of logic and one in logic.
And I believe this is a shield, because Meekin got this earlier.
Oh, he found the peak entrance?
Yeah.
Wait, did he find the peak entrance, or did he find this entrance that Wallkicks found?
He found the entrance Wallkicks found, I think.
So there is one more exit here that Wallkicks could have bomb jumped across that gap there to get out that other entrance, but that one's not in logic.
Hey, it's a spiral.
Spiral Cave, a nice find. I take it Mikan did not have the Moon Pearl when he was here earlier.
He did not.
Able to check this. Mikan, go to East Death Mountain. He'll go there eventually. Like, I mean, even if he puts it on for the very last thing,
he won't have a choice.
He's not that far away from it, right? Because he can only do so many other things without that Moon Pearl. Poor Wallkicks. Hi, Bonkrox. Spiral Cave would be checkable as a Super Bunny. Like, if you can make it through the mini Moldorms, the fall would put you in a Super Bunny state and allow you to open the chest. However, Super Bunny was locked behind that big rock, and you have to be regular linked to pick up the rock.
Well, Meekin is going straight to Swamp.
Oh, this is a big play. He'll need the hammer to do a lot of this dungeon, but he can do a couple checks.
Magic Bat just has a little bit of cash. As does Swamp.
So I believe that Mikan still hasn't been to, like, South Shore, which is
no.
4 entrances, and he also hasn't been to East Death Mountain, which is another 4 entrances. He'll go to one of them eventually.
I mean, yeah, eventually.
Maybe this is the South Shore play?
But here's the thing. How soon does eventually mean? Also, something to keep in mind, they have access to Zora. As well as the Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, so Zora plus a ledge for 2 items, and the Waterfall Fairy for an entrance.
It could be King Fishy has our boots.
Yeah, or they could be anywhere else. That's also true.
Alright, we're kind of running out of locations they could be.
You can just guess boots at every entrance.
I could. I'll be right one time, because they're required, aren't they?
The boots are gonna be where the boots are gonna be, and we just have to live with that.
Nah, I'll just wear them on my head.
So Mikan finally does come over to South Shore. We call this what is it? Shopping mall. believe that's what
I
the
thought shopping mall was this spot in Dark World.
That would be the Dark World shopping mall. And then this is the Light World shopping mall.
Well, no, wasn't the Dark World shopping mall called that because there's literally nothing but merchants there?
No.
No?
No.
Then why is it called shopping mall?
They call that because it's several tightly packed entrances in a place that's hard to get to. So like when you route the game normally, you end up putting it off for a while, and then when you finally get there, it's been so long that there just has to be something there. So
wouldn't it be called like strip mall then?
I don't know, like whatever you want to call it.
Hey, we found Kingston.
Okay, so interestingly, Mikan's route allowed him to skip going into Mini Moldor Cave, which was the Eastern Palace. I don't think he intended that, but I'm not sure when he's gonna go check that entrance. I don't believe he has done it yet. But routing in the Ice Rock Cave area and then the flipper checks for the way he did, Mini Moldorm is kind of off by itself.
How troll would it be for vanilla boots?
Vanilla boots? Moderately troll. We have a lot of pod keys, though, right?
We do. You know, for the longest time, I didn't understand Gibdos logic.
They try to kill you.
Yeah, but the way they always move in a straight line. And they'll rotate clockwise, I believe.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll take your word for it. It's kind of a fun thing about like learning speedruns and stuff. Is you don't have to understand all the underlying mechanics. You only have to know how to handle things in the way that they're presented to you normally. So like that's why I'm so bad at Crosskeys, because I only play the game normally. So I only do that room from one direction. So suddenly I'm in a situation where I have to do it from another direction. It's impossible.
So I already saw that I was wrong about the Gibdos. They do turn both directions, but they do still only move in a straight line.
Mikan has finally made his way to East Death Mountain, where he will find his Moon Pearl and unlock the rest of the game.
Meanwhile, Wall Kicks is clearing out the rest of this dungeon.
Yeah, that chest is always a Skullwood small key in Entrance Randomizer.
Yeah, it's like that so you don't get stuck in that room.
Although it notably does not work that way in normal seeds anymore. I don't understand why consistency is so hard for the developers, but you know, to each.
Yeah, I don't understand why that wouldn't work in normal seeds anymore, because
yeah, they changed it with advanced placement logic to randomize that chest.
I guess. I mean, most people who would be using advanced placement logic would probably know not to go down there without a, or to come in from a different direction.
Yeah, see, my issue isn't so much that it's randomized in a normal seed; it's that it's not randomized in Crosskeys. Why shouldn't Crosskeys players have to worry about that as well? Why are they special?
Because if they get stuck permanently in a dungeon like that, it is really frustrating.
Why, I think it's frustrating for everybody. We don't need to be qualifying it like that. Oh, bold play here from Wall Kicks. He does have Bomba, so I guess it's not that bad. headed through the TR Big Chest entrance to get 2 more checks here in Turtle Rock. Without the Canis Maria, he can't go too far. But this path will require him to kill a Pokey.
Is that what they're called?
Their actual name is Hokuboku, but everybody just calls them Pokies because of their similarity to the enemy from Mario games.
Hokuboku sounds so much more fun to say, though.
Hokuboku. So Wallkick's main concern right now is his next chest coming up is the Chain Chomp's chest. And Chain Chomps, if you're not sure, hurt.
A lot.
That powder on the Ace Fairy, though, big boon here. I'll definitely be able to take a couple hits. Like that one. Wallkick's not thinking everything through. He got it. Good job.
There we go.
Mikan headed to the library. I think he forgot which was which between Blind Hideout and the library.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So where is our next progression? Everybody's found the Moon Pearl. Everybody got the sword and the flippers and the hook shot. But that's it.
It's a dig spot.
Do you think? It could be. Trying to think of places that we haven't been to yet have like lots of things, and the only thing that's coming to mind is that Eastern Palace dip, which is
the Eastern Palace dip would be a good place for it, but
yeah, it's for
they got the shovel a long time ago.
Ooh, Wallkick finds Super Bunny Cave. Unfortunately, Super Bunny Cave from that direction is a one-way trip. If he goes through there, he won't be able to come back and continue checking these area.
I think he should at least probably check Stumpy before taking that trip.
The other side of it is that Super
Oh
Bunny Cave
my
is,
goodness.
Okay, now he's going to go to Eastern Palace.
That's a beeline to Eastern.
So I don't believe Mikan's even found Eastern yet, but when Wallkick's found it, even though he had the big key, he said, nope, not doing that, and he left.
Wallkicks, no. Wallkicks, no. There's another check to do. No!
There's a lot more checks to do. He could do, he still has Stumpy, like you said, but then he also has Hype Cave and the Bomb Shop, and then 2 more entrances, or 1 more entrance to the east of that. So I think rather than doing just Stumpy and then turning around and coming back, he's planning to do all of those together.
So, I don't know about you, but I do not want to see Keys to Ice Palace in a seed like this. Mostly because
they don't do anything.
Mostly because I don't want to go to Ice Palace.
Sure, but I like you can full clear Ice Palace with 0 keys is the real kicker. So like keys just represent a nicer way to full clear Ice Palace, less backtracking.
Speaking of backtracking,
yeah, Wallkick's headed straight to Eastern. It looks like.
And Mikan is doing the Hyrule Castle dive.
Oh, he's got a key for Hera first.
Oh
but
no!
You don't have a fire source. Oh, he's gonna.
Ooh,
Okay, he's Hera potting.
that's
Why do this now? Why not just wait?
why not?
Because, like, well, 1, he doesn't even know if it's a crystal or a pendant. And then 2, he might just find the big key. later and have to do this again to get the big chest. There's no imperative to do this right now. Mikan taking a Death Orb out of the bottom of Hyrule Castle here. This is probably to do Dark Cross.
So how many falls are we going to get to Muldrin?
Probably 0.
You think 0?
Yeah, Wallkicks is a veteran player. He knows what he's doing. Trolldor only trolls the noobs, right? Like you and me.
No. No. Especially not with a level 1 sword.
I thought Mikan would go to Dark Cross, but he's just coming to Skulllands. Alright, we are in super fast, crazy, turbocharged mode.
There we go.
Takes him out. No problem. I told you, veteran player.
Look, I've seen some things, and it's a crystal. Not only that, it is a red crystal. No, that's the 7th crystal, isn't it?
Why do you think it's a what?
It's a different color.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like yellow.
No, it was a normal color. That's what they all look like.
Is it?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
No, the other ones are blue.
The red crystals are not a different color. I can tell you that for sure. I think it was, it's probably just a palette issue. Like something to do with it being in that area.
Or with the sprite.
We'll be able to find out if it's a red crystal whenever he opens his menu, though.
That could take a while.
Well, he'll probably switch in this dungeon to get to the bow. Eventually. He wants the hookshot equip for now for this next chest coming up.
This is a check I always love doing when I have the hook shot.
Open your menu. Wallkicks. Send your thoughts at him. Make him open his menu.
He's not going to open the menu until he's going into the dark.
Okay, I guess he needs the hookshot equip for the Stalfos room coming up. That'll save a few frames. Oh, right, they have quick swap too. Darn it. So he's probably not even going to open his menu when he needs to change items.
Whoops.
How will we ever know where the red crystals are?
It is forever a mystery.
Didn't we find the bomb shop earlier?
Oh, hey.
Oh, King of Somaria, that's nice. So maybe Turtle Rock is our answer.
Look, I don't. For all we know, it could be Meyer.
It absolutely could be. We did find the Meyer entrance. We have the hookshot to get through there.
And we know where the lamp is.
We do?
Yeah, it's race game.
Oh, right. We can't get to it, though.
Yet.
Yeah, but without a fire source in hand, so going to Meyer feels like not a great play. Because you won't be able to do the left side. Can you swim out of the waterfall with the big bomb? I would imagine. So, yes. I think you can. Because you don't hop. Like, it's the hop that makes you drop it. Oh, Wallkick's having a lot of trouble in this room. Alright, he does make it to the exit, though. Which is good, because he didn't want to die in there. Alright, he uses the bow to find out where the Igor is, kill the Igor, pick up his key, walk up to the top left of the room, adjust down to pick up that pot, and then into the staircase. Much better on the second playthrough. Mikan, please cast Bombos.
You have Bombos.
I am begging you to use Bombos to kill these things. Mikan, why do you do this?
Mikan is doing what is called a pro gamer move.
Oh my god. I mean, he's gonna get it. Like, he's gonna kill them. It just would have been way faster and safer with Bombos.
This is Crosskeys. We don't care about safe here.
And it just leads to the safety door. And Wallkicks takes down Armos for our second crystal. He is now up 2 whole dungeons on Mikan.
Yep.
Oh, I think Wallkicks is going to talk to the bomb shop guy.
Not gonna lie, this is gonna be a real awkward trip.
Swamp and Ice Palace.
Big oof. Mikan is doing the check. Mikan's doing the thing.
Oh, the shovel, yeah. Maybe it's the Triforce!
It's a compass!
So close to being good.
I hyped it up so much.
Just if it just was anything other than a compass, that was also something good. It would have been awesome.
So now they need to start checking Dark World, because they've been all over Light World. The big checks I'm thinking that they still need to do are the Swamp Palace entrance, and what is it? Hype Cave. And maybe the Dark World, what is it? Strip Mall.
Yeah, that's in logic with those flippers. We also have access to East Dark World, so Pod and the Potion Shop and Catfish and the Pyramid and all that.
And Wallkicks is just going into Pod.
Yeah, putting those pod keys to use. He goes ahead and spends one in the entrance. It makes a lot of sense with it being a pendant. Like, when it's not a pendant, like you have to really worry about like saving enough keys to make sure you'll be able to kill Helmosaur. But with it's a pendant, he'd rather check everything else first anyway.
Mikan is meanwhile going to do dark room sewer.
Yeah, Mikan headed to the Dark Cross chest. This is, of course, out of logic, but with the small key for Hyrule Castle, he'll be able to get all the way to the back. So 4 checks from doing this. Rupees in that first dark chest.
It was a Swamp Palace Copy.
I don't know what was in that one. It might have been like bombs or something.
I was hoping he was going to do the yump.
I guess
He is?
he was just going to do it from the other side. Okay. Why didn't you just do it from the top? I know why. He didn't want to, like, if he failed it, it's better if you were coming from the bottom. He just didn't have any faith in himself. Mikan doesn't make it to the back where he finds a compass, a piece of heart, and a big key for
Ice Palace.
Oh.
Well, we know it's a crystal, so he's gonna have to do it anyway. Might as well rip the band-aid off.
Very awkward. We're over an hour into the seed, and we still don't have like regular Darkhold access. Our only way to the Darkhold is through these connectors littered throughout the game.
Mikan checking his notes to see where he needs to go.
Crosskeys headed through this dark room at the back of the old man cave, which is a very convenient location. I think he still needs to go west to check Stumpy, though.
That he does. But we're getting the hype cave check, so hype.
Yeah, if you remember,
It's ice.
This is the area of the game that he foregoed whenever he decided to do Super Bunny.
Well, Kicks, why'd you leave?
Because there's nothing there.
Yeah, there was. It was the ice rod.
No, it was the other side of Ice Rock Cave.
I thought...
The side with an item on it has an open entrance at the back. That one had a...
Oh.
Mikan finds Ice Palace. Where was this? I wasn't watching.
Well, they're here. Might as well do it.
I can't write it down because I wasn't paying attention. Uh-oh.
Foregoed
is the word. Look it up, uniformed. Gosh darn it. I didn't make it up.
I believe it's actually foregone.
Gosh. The mirror!
Well, that's hype as heck.
You gotta leave. You gotta leave! There you go, okay.
No, don't leave. Continue.
No, he has, like... He's got no hammer. And we just found something awesome in the very first chest. You have to leave.
So, checkerboard win.
So that was the Dark Lumberjack shop?
I guess.
Okay, so the mirror is it's gonna open up a lot of stuff for us though. But the big one, like right off the bat, is we now have access to that lamp, which is our very first fire source.
Walkix, meanwhile, found Skullwood Key. I believe all that opens is the big chest.
Oh, we got the big key for Skull?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no big key door, so it's only the big chest. Mikan heading back to the Dark World. I think this is the only one he knows about, the only way to get here.
No, I think this is just closer to the side that he wants to check.
Yeah, probably. Walkix finds a small key, but what's it for? It's just TR.
Well, no, we need one small key for TR.
Yeah, there's so many of them, so you never get excited about them. It's not like in a regular key stand DC where you have to have 3 minimum 4 to full clear. In Crosskeys, you often need very, very few.
Beacon collecting a 3rd bottle.
Wall Kicks continuing his route here in East Dark World, heading over to the potion shop. Well, the Dark World potion shop.
And maybe Catfish.
I guess it's not a potion shop. It is a shop that has a potion, though.
Yeah, I think it's just like a general store.
It's just a regular old shop. We'll call it the Dark World potion shop because of where it is, rather than what it has.
Dark World Walmart.
Catfish with the big key for Swamp Palace. Another fetch quest big key. Just like the Skullwood's big key, it does nothing except opens 1 chest.
And I think Meekin might be going for the lamp.
Yeah, this is where he is. He'll also be able to check that other entrance in the race game.
Which could hold something very interesting. I know I've had a few dungeons in that area. Just don't jump off. Don't jump off. Oh, good.
Yeah, it'd be pretty annoying if he dropped off. He would have no way to get back quickly. He'll carry the bush here to get it past his portal. Check this entrance, which is the peak side. Oh my god, if they had just done the sequence break in Spectacle Rock Cave, we would have had the lamp so long ago.
Yep.
Oh, that's frustrating. It looks like Meekin is opting to go after Super Bunny here like Wallcakes did before. But this lamp is pretty huge. So things that the lamp does, like right now, first of all, it puts like all those dark rooms and stuff in logic. But I think the big one right now is Misery Mire.
It does put Mire in logic. Meekin hasn't gotten the cane.
Yeah, he hasn't found the cane yet, and we still don't know where the Mire Big Key is, but it does put two more locations in Mire.
And Wallkick's got a Master Sword out of Hype Cave.
Yeah, nothing else though. Not super hype for the Hype Cave.
I've seen less Hype Caves.
Every Hype Cave is the worst Hype Cave.
Except that one Hype Cave you got long ago, so far back that it's only etched in your deep memory, where you pulled 5 progression items.
I don't think that happened. Drake, you're an interesting person. You don't have to make things up for people to like you.
I like making things up. Stories are fun.
Oh, Meekin's going to Mire. He's doing the thing. So without the cane and the big key, that is 2 locations he won't be able to do in here, but that's 6 others that he can. Wall Kicks, meanwhile, opening up the Palace of Darkness to find Bumper Cave, which he can do. The back of Bumper Cave is accessible with the hook shot. But it takes him just to Pyramid Fairy. Rip.
So Lilithan posted a clip of exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, finally, Mikan does it. We find regular, normal, human person Dark World access. Mikan finds the hammer locked behind the lamp here in Misery Mire.
That is actually beautiful. That means Mikan has a lot more mobility, but I think Wall Kicks probably has all of the connectors routed out by now.
Yeah, Wall Kicks is just missing Ice Palace. Once he finds Ice Palace, he'll be able to follow Mikan, which was the Dark Lumberjack shop, according to my notes. Oh, Wall Kicks, unfortunately, looks like he's headed into Mire without the fire source.
That's gonna suck.
Unless he gets really lucky and the fire rod is also here, this is going to be a pretty fruitless trip. I'm sure he wouldn't mind doing Ice Palace if he just knew where it was.
Ooh, silvers.
Yeah, second bow is a nice pickup there from Mikan.
That means scanning will definitely take a lot less time than I was currently thinking of.
Yeah, silvers is definitely a nice find for Ganon, but an even better find for Vitreous.
Which I think only Wall Kicks has the ability to even fight Vitreous.
No, he can't do it either without the big key.
You're right. Mikan has meanwhile cleared out the entire front of Mire.
Yeah, unfortunately there wasn't anything else here other than that hammer, so Mikan comes out with a big reward and Wall Kicks is leaving empty-handed.
Mikan, go to Mini Moldor.
Mikan immediately putting his hammer to use, entering the Dark World at a normal place to do so. No more connector nonsense.
It also gives him a lot of damage, right?
Yep, hammer also functions pretty well as a weapon when the game requires it. Wall Kicks going after this Desert Palace entrance, locked behind the book. I'm so worried that Mikan just forgot about Mini Moldor, or like thinks he already did it. Because you remember he went to the dam and then went left to check the like Aegina's Cave and such things, and then later when he went back to South Shore, he swam straight to Ice Rock Cave, bypassing Mini Moldor. Wall Kicks taking his King of Samaria into Turtle Rock. He'll be able to check one extra entrance here. Then there's another one that he could do out of logic from the laser bridge side.
Ooh, we got the swamp shed. Or mire shed.
Not anything good on either player's screen.
Okay, so I have to ask. What is the difference between a mire and a swamp?
Mire is more west than swamps. And anytime there's two swamps that are next to each other, the west one is called a mire.
Is that really it?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, can you prove me wrong? Didn't think so.
One moment.
The swamps have more items. I like that one. You can't head it up to the dark shopping mall. I don't think there was anything much here.
Okay.
And then Wall Kicks goes into Spectacle Rock Cave again, but again doesn't sequence break it, and again doesn't get the lamp.
Big oof.
Go north! Wall Kicks, go north! What are you doing?
Go north, young man!
Ice Palace is to his north, and thus his mirror, thus his lamp, thus his hammer.
So, fun fact. A swamp is a type of mire.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Uh-huh.
Didn't I said that. I said it's a mire when it's on the west side, so swamp and mire are the same thing, and it's just their position that is determining the
no, actually, mire refers to...
Actually... Come on, Drake. What is it? Tell us. I need to know.
Swamps are characterized by their forest canopy, and like fens, are typically of higher pH and nutrient availability than bogs.
Bogs?
Yes.
You're muddying the issue.
Because swamp is a type of mire. Mire refers to a broad range of terrain types, including bog, fen, marsh, and swamp.
Well, let's not get bogged down with the details.
Yeah, let's just marsh on.
I love it.
Okay, that's something I never knew you could do. Wall kicks.
He didn't need to do it, is the thing.
Wall kicks is just styling on people. And
he could have hookshot across and then walked over and down, but it would have required him to kill the pokies once again.
Yeah, but he could make use of that. So why did he go?
Oh, I'm not sure what his plan is.
I don't think he has one.
Mikan, though, headed into Swamp Palace. And with his hammer, he's going to be able to get to almost everything in this entire dungeon. Except the big chest, which Wall Kicks could do if only he had a hammer. So definitely some capacity for getting randoed here. Say if there's major progression in the big chest of Swamp, Mikan's gonna orphan it, and Wall Kicks through his unfortunate routing of getting a super late hammer actually gets rewarded because he has the big key when he gets here the first time. Wait, I thought you guys said it was Dark Lumberjack. Okay, I was lied to. It was just a regular lumberjack shop.
Oh, hey, I think that's our third sword.
Yep. When Wall Kicks gets here eventually, he will find Temper.
Hey!
Leave. You gotta leave. You gotta leave! He's not leaving. Oh.
No, he wants to finish it.
Oh, he can't finish it. That's the problem.
He's got a plan.
Yeah, he's got the Case Moria, so pretty quick checks here.
Okay, is this a glitch he's trying?
Yeah, he's doing Icebreaker. I don't know why I
Oh.
make guides for things if my friends don't even watch them. Hurts my feelings, Wall Kicks. He did Icebreaker, but he did it in a less efficient than necessary way. It doesn't really matter because he has plenty of magic. It's silly. You're silly, Wall Kicks.
So what's the normal way to do it?
Oh, just when he popped his block and reset it up again because he missed the first attempt on the first block. He didn't need to do that. There was a way he could save his block. Which is impactful when like you only have so much magic and you have to kill Cold Stare, but he's in a situation where he has plenty of magic and he definitely isn't killing Cold Stare. So it's fine.
Nah, he's just clearing out the checks.
Alright, well, sequence breaking his way through ice spells didn't lead to anything, but that mirror is good enough. Wall Kicks is going to be able to get that lamp now.
Yep. If he remembers where it is.
No diver down from McCann. He's just doing the normal swamp pathing. Taking it old school.
Well, there's Aga. And he's going in?
Yeah, we have a small key for this, so he will be able to get to both chests. McCann found a rod of some kind. I missed which one, though. Ice rod? Okay, that's the less exciting rod.
We also don't know if Turtle Rock is a pendant or if it's a crystal.
Alright, so this is a pretty rough dark room Walkus is going through right now. He's going to use Babos here to get rid of the guards, which make everything much more challenging. And then from here he can feel his way around. There it is. And get that second chest, which is 10 arrows. Wallkick's putting his mirror to use, gets over to light East Death Mountain, or West Death Mountain, on the top, so the Tower of Harry area.
Yeah, we're going to see our first tablet check.
just a map. Mikan, meanwhile, does finish up Swamp Palace, although I don't believe he found anything here, really, just that sword and the ice rod.
That counts as something.
I mean, they're nice, they just don't do anything right this second, you know?
If Triax is required, that's a lot of relief.
Yeah, we have to find the fire rod first. And the big key. And logically, a bunch of small keys.
Actually, no, we only need one key for logic because the laser bridge entrance has already been.
Right, but so logically though, you have to think: what if I opened every other accessible door first? Would I still be able to get to Trinex?
But that doesn't track with logic.
No, that's what the logic is trying to make sure you can do, is that you can spend your key in every other way and still be able to do something. So for Trinex, you would, even in Crosskeys, you would still logically need all 4 small keys.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's just the only way they can make sure that you can't, hard lock your game, get stuck in a way that would make it impossible to finish. Once again, Wallkick's headed through Spectral Rock Cave, but not doing the sequence broken exit, which would get him to the lamp.
No, he's much more interested in this check.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing the things that are in logic first. It makes sense. It's just, it's like the 4th time he's had the opportunity. Alright, he may be heading south now to get that lamp. Mikan also clearing out Agate Tower. Nothing of use there. Alright, here it is. Wallkicks is gonna get his lamp now.
Finally! So where was the book at?
I am not too sure. But like the Swamp Big Key and the Skullwoods Big Key, Wallkicks was able to find those items while not finding his mirror. So while it seems like Mikan's ahead because he got the mirror and thus the lamp and thus the hammer so much faster than Wallkicks, he may actually be behind because he didn't get those extra items on the way. And we won't know for sure until we check those locations and see what they are.
Well, unless the Bombos tablet has something important, is that Thieves Town?
That is Thieves Town. Where is Mikan? I wasn't watching him.
I have no idea. I don't know where anyone is. I don't even know where I am.
Wallkicks is gonna sequence break Mocula though.
I don't even know where I am. Some guys pulled up in a van, told me to commentate, or they'd kill my daughter. I don't even have a daughter.
Chat says that the book was in Palace of Darkness.
Okay, that makes sense. It's probably in the dark room.
Okay, so this room that Wallkicks is in, the Mummy Hellway, this logically requires the fire rod because of this torch at the top, right? But because Wallkicks knows how to bomb jump, he's going to be able to get up to this torch at the top, light it, fall through the hole, and then very, very, very carefully walk the rest of the way and light every single torch and make it through that doorway just in time.
I thought he was going to pull some. I thought he was going to pull some silly stuff that would let him clip through the door.
Oh no! The timing's actually a lot tighter than what it looked like on Wallkick's screen. If he hesitated for just a second or two, he wouldn't have had enough time to make it through. That's why he made sure to kill those Gibdos, because just one Gibdo getting in the way kind of ruins everything.
Meanwhile, I hope he still has a potion.
Yeah, he does. He's fine. Not that he needed it.
No, he needed that.
And that is crystal number 3 for Wallkicks. He's on a roll.
Is it a buttered roll?
I put some cinnamon on mine.
See, you're gonna call me crazy.
You're crazy.
I like to put syrup on mine.
On your roll?
Yeah, like pancake syrup.
Like, are you also eating pancakes with syrup? Or did you go get the syrup from the cupboard specifically for your roll?
Specifically for the roll.
Okay. No, I can get on board with that. I was just thinking, like, if you're having, like, a roll with your pancakes, and then it's like, why would you put syrup on your roll? Why not just dip the roll in the pancake syrup that's, you know, necessarily dripping off of the pancakes themselves?
Man, now I want pancakes.
I know, right? Where's my... Where's my pancake mix?
Why not just drink the syrup, chat says. I used to do that as a kid.
Porque no los dos. Mikan finds a mushroom here in the back of Thieves Town. No small key, though, so he's definitely going to be leaving one location unchecked.
That's unfortunate. Watch the boots be there.
Oh, don't say that.
Yep, boots are there.
Okay, looks like Wallkicks is headed over to Bombo's tablet, but he is just a stone's throw away from entering Mire, which does have his hammer.
This Brett here has the galaxy brain idea to drench the cakes in syrup and then put a small bowl of syrup next to the plate so you can dunk the pancakes into more.
I remember in school, like the school breakfast, they used to have like these like little fingers of bread.
Oh, by the way, Blind's dead. And he had a big key.
Crystal. Yeah, it's a good crystal. Okay, that's good. But these little fingers of bread they called French toast sticks.
I remember
like
those.
Fried bread, but you dipped it in syrup.
I remember those, and I remember that the syrup only lasted for one stick, so I had to grab more.
Wallkicks did not go into Mire, unfortunately. Now, Wallkicks has already been in Mire, so going into Mire now just feels like, oh, am I really doing that just for 2 checks?
Okay, so you guys have made me hungry enough. I'm ordering DoorDash. I'll be right back.
And now Wallkicks is going... Oh, Checkerboard Cave, okay. Wallkicks knows that there's 2 checks available in Mire. It's just, they're so out of the way. It feels like such a huge time loss to go back in there.
Is that the back of desert?
Yeah, Mikan found Lynn Molis.
You don't know where he was, do you?
No, I have no idea.
I know.
I'm thinking, though, Wallkicks was so ready for it to be nothing, he walked outside too fast.
That's a blue cane from Sick Kid. That's cool.
Oh, it was Aga. Okay.
Yeah, it was Aga. I'm sorry. I'm super distracted by food.
I mean, you started it, though, so, like, you're distracting yourself.
I mean, that tracks. I do that all the time. ADHD life, man.
All right, so we are an hour and 40 minutes into this seed, and each runner has like this whole major thing that they need to go do, but neither of them seem to be wanting to do it. Wallkicks
Ooh,
needs to go back to Meyer. Yeah, just dependent there on Lamilla. But Wallkicks needs to go back to Meyer, which isn't the dam. He knows where it is, but he doesn't want to because it's just 2 checks. But that would get him his hammer and unlock a lot of the game. Mikan, on the other side, he needs to go to Eastern Palace, but somehow he managed to completely skip checking Mini Moldorm Cave and doesn't even know that Eastern Palace is there. But that is holding both a crystal and the Cane of Samaria for him.
I'm not gonna lie, boysenberry on cinnamon rolls actually does sound good. So, do we know where all the dungeons are right now?
Yes. I have a list. If you ask me where a dungeon is, I can tell you.
Excellent.
Are you gonna ask me?
No.
Okay.
Just confirming.
Right.
Ooh, Mikan is doing a Ganon Tower Dive. That might be a great call.
Yeah, the hammer here does get him access to a lot more of this than they were able to do before.
So many checks.
But without the Samaria, he's going to be leaving 5 checks behind, minimum.
There's that Thieves County.
Yeah,
Thieves Town key.
Unfortunately, just a little too late. Weekend already did Thieves Town, so it's pretty orphaned. He can go back there. It is a choice he could make, but it's just not an efficient one at this time.
I'm telling you, it's boot. Well, I think my job is done. I have made all of chat hungry.
We can have a little trouble there with the red boom strats. They are a lot trickier than the blue boom strats, but bombs do work in a pinch. Wallkick's finding the big key to Ice Palace, which unfortunately represents a nice little detour for him. If he chooses to go there before Meyer.
Well, yeah, but he has to clear that anyway, and I think now he actually has access to all of it.
No, he
so...
still needs the hammer.
Oh. Wallkick's found Ice Palace key.
Yeah.
I was looking at Mikan.
Mikan finds the Turtle Rock key, though, which is more stuff for him.
I think Mikan might actually be able to get most of the crystals right. Oh, hey, we can actually open Meyer entrance.
Yeah, definitely accessible now. Although, unlike in a normal seed where the Meyer Medallion lets you do like an entire dungeon, for Mikan it's just one entrance, which might just be nothing at all. But next time he's in the area, I'm sure he will open it and find out for sure. Mikan's going for this bomb jump here to get over to Bob's chest. I feel like he made it more complicated than it needed to be, but he gets it done. If you just do it fast enough, you don't have to worry about all those enemies.
Mikan actually killing Bob.
Yeah, murder. Okay, well the big chest of Thieves Town is not going to be a huge difference maker in the race. It doesn't look like, because wall kicks will also be here before having access to it. So if it is the boots, like you said,
oh hey,
they'll
that's a
both get caught
flute
by it.
and the Ganon Tower Big Key.
The vanilla big key. Oh no.
So was anyone counting what chest number that was?
-6.
So you're
I'm
saying
a little-
17.
Yeah, something like that. I'm a little worried because Mikan didn't continue on to the big chest. I think it registered in his brain just a little too slow, and
Now,
he mirrored before he realized he can access the big chest now.
correct me if I'm wrong. Do you need to kill Agatu to beat Ganon, or is it just?
I correct you. You are wrong. This is a fast Ganon setting for Crosskeys, so they do not have to kill Agatu in order to kill Ganon. However, killing Agatu does open the Ganon drop, which we know through process of elimination is the 2 checks associated with the uncle. So maybe they have to kill it, but not necessarily. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool. Making good work through this gauntlet here. It's a little rougher with Master Sword and no boots, but he's making it work.
It does actually raise up an interesting question: is this a good call for Mikan?
I think it's fine. Like, I mean, you get the 4 checks that are up here, and then also definitely unlock 2 more with the Uncle Drop. Like, that's a lot of checks behind this big key that you just got.
Yeah.
My only concern is that he didn't do the big chest of GT.
Could have been boots.
Could have been anything.
Could have even been a rock. Actually, it couldn't have been a rock.
Yeah, he does not need the fire rod for these torch rooms. It is in logic with just the lamp.
That said, it's not the easiest with just the lamp.
I wouldn't say it's like difficult or anything, but it is pretty tedious. Like it's a lot slower. Like the first torch room, he's gonna have to light the bottom torch first. And then in the second torch room, he has to stand like right on the edge of this pit in order to reach one of the torches. Wall kick showing off his blind script. Gets to the first 2 phases, no problem. And third phase, just a little problem. You saw Mikan waiting at the bottom of that room. That was specifically to avoid this glitch that we call the jingle glitch, where if you go up a staircase, an automatic staircase, on the same frame that doors are automatically opening or closing, it despawns every enemy in the game, or in the tower.
Was that a fire rod?
That was, in fact, a fire rod. Mikan's play to go up the gauntlet, definitely big rewards.
The big brain play did big brain payout. And the lag shield.
It's all for naught, though, unless he remembers to do Mini Mulehorn Cave.
It really is.
And it's been so long now, I'm starting to think maybe he doesn't know that he skipped it.
You got the consolation rupee.
And if you think you already did something, you never go there to see if you did it, right? Like, you go other places first.
That's why it's important to have notes.
Now, we currently don't know if the Fire Rod is necessarily required in this seed. Skullwoods is a crystal, but it was sequence breakable, as Walkick showed us.
The only question is if you have to beat Turtle Rock or not.
Right. The Turtle Rock is the only thing that's going to hard require the Fire Rod.
And Meekin making short work of Aga too. We're going straight into the Uncle check.
Yeah, chat points out Walkix did find the big key to Meyer. I assume somewhere in a place. That's what I think anyway. But that is going to make it a lot easier for him to make the decision to go to Misery Mire and finish it off, since it is a full clearable.
Does that place have things?
Meyer Big Key was on blind. Okay.
Uncle just giving out some arrows. And a big key to Dark Palace.
No, yeah, it's just a Pendant Dungeon big keys, and maybe not needed, but definitely Mikan not upset about that because he got the Fire Rod. We still don't know which our last crystal is. It's either going to be Mire or Turtle Rock. So the Canis Amaria is required either way. So Mikan will need to find his way to Eastern eventually. Alright, looks like Walkix is headed back to Mire. It is here in the dam.
It's a damn mire.
And assuming he full clears this, he will be walking out of here with a hammer. And hopefully another crystal, but it might be the pendant.
Meekin is taking care of a small moth problem.
Yeah, with Fire Rod in hand, Mikan won't even need to sequence break this. He can just Fire Rod his way to victory. And Walkix finds his hammer and is not going to the cutscene chest. Interesting. I mean, it's nothing. We know it's nothing, but he doesn't know it's nothing. So this is just a big play for him, skipping an item location. I think he's thinking if Mire is a crystal, this is go mode, right? But if he gets a pendant from here, does he go back in for that chest?
Maybe. It's entirely possible he locks himself out. Wait, he got the hammer.
Yeah, he got the hammer. But there was he didn't do the cutscene chest. which we know is nothing, but from his point of view, could be, you know, anything.
Could be everything.
Could be nothing. Who knows? It's just interesting to see him find the hammer and then just nope out of the rest of the checks. I think it's because if this is a crystal, then he's in go mode, because the only things he needs left is Swamp, which he can totally full clear, and Ice Palace, which he can totally full clear.
It could even be a boat.
Well, it's probably not a boat.
You don't know that.
I mean, that's true. Alright, are we in go mode? Walkix, show us the crystal!
Let's go!
Go mode for Walkix at 155.
Yeet that fire rod into a pit. We don't need it.
Yeah, it's fun. Fire rodless go mode. Alright, so from here, Walkix only has to go to Swamp, get a crystal, go to Ice, get a crystal, and then go to the Uncle Drop and get a Ganon. Wait, I wrote them down. Except for Swamp. I don't know where Swamp is. Ice is at the Lumberjack shop. I did write that one. Or the Lumberjack house. Oh, it's in Kakariko. Well, what do you know? Hi, Swamp.
It's the Swampy Swamp.
Yeah, as chat mentions, the big difference this race is Mikan never found Eastern. His routing seemingly just passed over checking Mini Moldorm Cave, so he never even saw where it was. Even though he's had the ability to full clear for a long time now, without knowing the entrance, can't do that. It is my personal assessment that it looks like he skipped it by accident and hasn't gone back because he doesn't realize he did so. But we'll have to wait and ask him to find out for sure what happened. Of course, this does mean that Walkix will not be finding the Tempered Sword here in Swamp. There was a sword in the southern chest. But Walkix being in go mode isn't checking anything except stuff that's directly on the way.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's a competent enough runner that he doesn't need anything. He doesn't need a Tempered Sword for... Unlike me.
So Walkix is trying to do a diver down here, but making it more complicated than it needs to be. There we go. Might want to menu to hookshot Walkix at some point. There you go.
So Mikan still hasn't found the
Yeah.
hookshot. No.
Oh, he's not the Eastern Palace entrance. It looked like he hesitated a bit on the overworld map there, trying to think about what to do next. Looks like he's going after the Meyer entrance. See what that is.
That's just really unfortunate.
Wallkicks, meanwhile, picks up his 6th crystal. 1 to go.
Yep, and he knows where that is.
Quick swap is so silly. Alright, here it is, Ice Palace, and with Icebreaker, he'll be able to get all the way through it real quick, like. Mikan checks Mire entrance. It is just a fairy cave.
And I think that's all the entrances that we've seen. Like, that's every entrance.
Yeah, it may very well be. I certainly can't think of anything else. Oh, is the bot broken? Oh my gosh. I was gonna hop onto Mikan's stream and see if he had a tracker up. A map tracker, so I could see if he checked off Mini Moldorm Cave or not. Doesn't look like he has a map tracker on stream.
Nope. I imagine he might just be taking physical notes.
Yeah, a lot of runners do prefer that to tracker.
Yeah, because you have to click off screen for that.
Spike Cave is the order of the day for Mikan.
Man, Mikan is just going all over to avoid that Mini Moldorm check.
Yeah, the thing is, oh, we get the boots!
Well, there they are.
It's more things he can do other than going to Mini Moldorm Cave. But I don't think he's avoiding Mini Moldorm Cave. I think he just forgot about it.
Or even worse, he thinks he's already done it.
Yeah. Wall kicks. Play it nice and safe. Patience. Wait for your shot.
Patience is for the weak.
Okay, that's not being patient. Wall kicks, come on. Well, Mikan gets his 3rd sword now.
Who needs patience when you have sword? The cotton candy is now dead.
The hair of Big Key. He can go full clear that now, if he wants to. But I don't think he will, because that was Wallkick's 7th crystal. That's it, guys. Wallkicks is in go mode. He has all 7 crystals. Just a quick trip to Ganon to finish this game. Obviously, we don't have the Big Key guessing game, but we could do like the warp guessing game. In phase 3, Ganon will warp anywhere between 0 and infinity number of times. Feel free to guess any number between 0 and infinity. on how many warps Ganon will give us.
69.
Nice. I don't think that joke is very speed gaming friendly.
What joke?
No joke.
What joke?
No joke. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just really like that number.
It's a good number, as
It
far as numbers
is.
go.
It's going so far so good for wall hacks. He's getting some nice spin slashes, and he got Ganon up against the wall. Twice in a row, too.
You can't spin with the Can of Burner wall kicks. You know that. You know that.
I think he forgot.
But he knows that.
See, this is where you'd want a Tempered Sword. It would be Lag City, but it would be safe.
Really unfortunate positions for the Master Sword fight here.
Honestly, yeah. Meekin! South Shore!
Oh, there we go. Wall kicks gets him in the top right corner. Makes it a lot easier to get these double spins in.
I think that might be it.
Well, he needs 12 spins. He got 8, I think, in that top right, another 2 right there. So I think that should definitely be 12.
And here we go. The last hurdle.
Got no warps yet.
See, you talk about warps. I want to
my
hear your
gosh.
count on ball.
It was 0 warps. Wait, what about it? What?
How many times is he gonna fall?
None.
You think so?
Wallkicks is a professional Link to the Past randomizer runner. He doesn't make mistakes.
Uh-huh.
And a forest of arrows is all it takes. Wallkicks has taken down the big pig.
I hear bacon for everyone.
Bacon. Get your GGs in the chat for Wally Wally Oxenfree. Wallkicks, wall hacks himself.
Bacon is checking everything else still.
And Wallkicks finishes first overall in the entire race.
Wow. Okay,
With a time of
that's hype.
2:07:20.
I'm betting that mirror messed people up.
Wallkicks is very, very quickly followed by Fatboy Bowl 300 and then Plasma Kappa, both finishing within a minute of Wallkicks.
Yeah, that means everyone was on the Ganon fight at pretty much the same time.
I don't know who does these things, but I think we have to mark Wallkicks as finished so that he gets the invite. Oh, there it goes. Awesome. Thank you to whoever does that.
All right.
And we are joined by Wallkicks in the voice chat. Wallkicks, GG!
GG's.
You know you can't spin with Burno, right?
You know, it's not the first time I've forgotten this.
My goodness.
I did that and I'm like, oh god. So, yeah. This scene was kind of weird. I
Yeah,
a
mean,
little
it ended up
bit.
being pretty nice.
yeah. I mean, in the end, having a hammer go mode was always enjoyable, but
So logically, you did need the fire rod to finish for Skullwoods. That was in the Gauntlet of Ganon's Tower,
I mean, I don't even have the GT big key, so sure.
which was behind Ice Armos in Ganon's Tower.
Oh, lovely. I mean, I did 3 checks in GT, and that was it.
And then the boots, which weren't needed for anything, but would have been nice to have, was that Spike Cave entrance.
So
Or
what you're
it
saying
was
is
it was in Spike Cave.
so you're saying is the hammer leads you to a whole lot of nothing.
Yep. So Mikan, your opponent here on the restream, he found the hammer a lot earlier than you did.
That's fair.
He went to
still
Ice
doesn't
Palace.
know where Eastern is.
Yeah, he went to Ice Palace and got the mirror and immediately noped out, which is the right play at the time.
Yep.
And then very quickly got his lamp, and then very quickly went to Meyer, and it's like, he got the hammer, he got all the things. Oh my
Hey,
god!
Meekin got butter.
He's gonna completely destroy wall kicks in this race. There's no way he could lose. But Mikan somehow managed to route his way around Mini Moldorm Cave. He never checked Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeesh.
So-
You know what? Nobody found on the restream too.
What's that?
Nobody's found Titan mitts.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
super important.
not too uncommon for Crosskeys. It's very often that you can check everything without the mitts, just through connectors.
But yeah, no, I feel bad for Mikon if the hammer has taken him so far away from what you need.
At this point, I think he just forgot about Mini Moldorm Cave.
That's
Yeah.
a possibility. I mean, if at 210 you're just now checking entrances and just found Hype Cave, that's a little
Yeah,
bit
it
of a
was
feels
just-
bad, man.
It was a factor of like how he routed it, because he
Sure.
went Eck first, and got gloves immediately, and then went to the South Light World and did Dam West over to Aegina's Cave. And
Okay.
then later he finds the flippers and he swims over to Ice Rod Cave and then into the flipper check. So he manages to bypass the Mini Moldorm Cave check.
Yeah.
Apparently, mitts were in the big key chest of Ganon's Tower.
Oh, there you go. In the big chest?
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
2 entirely different things being said in chat on that. One says Mitz right side Ice Palace, one says Mitz GT big chest.
I don't believe anybody.
But yeah, I mean, I was getting a little frustrated if you saw me in Thieves Town, bombing every chest along the way.
I did
Yeah,
not notice that.
I noticed that.
Because like at that point I'm like, okay, I might have 3 crystals, and it's what, like an hour and 40ish in, but one of them I have logically because I Herapotted to get past Hera, and I obviously used the lamp
Right.
to sequence break back a Skull Woods. So I'm like, what am I missing at this point? And then once I got the big key to Meyer, I was suspicious of the 3 small keys making the Firelock side in logic. So I'm like, okay, let's just take care of that.
Yeah, we were real worried about you for that because Mikan had the fire source before dipping Meyer, but you went there before fire. So, like, Meyer for him was like, oh, the hammer, all the things. And Meyer for you was like, I got another bow. Awesome.
Yeah. It's just kind of, yeah. But I mean,
So
hey.
it was a lot harder for you to make the call to go back to Meyer because it was just 2 checks. And 2 slow checks at that.
I think Meekin just recently got the book and is doing those checks.
I have no idea where I got the book. Like, I was going through my items in Meyer, and the book popped up, and I'm like, where in the world did I get this?
Pod.
Chet told me it was in pod.
Oh, okay.
Because I asked that earlier. Or Drake asked it, and I didn't know, so Chat told us. I can't
That's
remember.
fair.
Also makes sense since you can't see the items in pod.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the invisible item you found.
Oh.
I was thinking it was like bombs because
I
like
thought-
you had max bombs when you opened that chest.
I was thinking more rupees because I paid
know.
Zora and was down to
It's
like
both.
20 rupees going into pod.
Is
And
it
then I
not
think-
the book in the dark though? I thought book you could see in the dark.
You cannot see menu items, items in the dark.
Some you can. It's only like particular ones that have certain palettes that are invisible. don't
Look,
know.
I've been wrong about many things. I would imagine that I'm also wrong about this.
It's green and gold that you can't see. Okay. Yeah, that would track.
So what is Mikan looking for at this point?
Eastern.
Eastern Palace. He needs Samaria.
Oh, Samaria's in there, yeah.
Yeah, it was in the big chest at Eastern.
Yep. Well, that sucks for him. I feel bad. Yeah.
It really does.
But other than that, I mean...
Oh yeah, the Spectacle Rock Cave bomb jump.
Yeah.
It's like it was because Mikan showed us that entrance like way earlier than you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he got the mirror so much faster. So ever since I saw Mikan check that, I'm like, oh my god, it's the peak side of Spectacle Rock Cave. And then after he saw that, you went to Spectacle Rock Cave, I think 4 more times as a connector to get to other places. And like if you at any point had just bomb jumped to see what that out of logic entrance was, you got your lamp.
But then I would have had to have picked up my shield that was in there, and I am totally against shields. I'm not gonna pick up a shield for that.
You don't have to pick up the shield to do the bomb jump.
Yeah, but I don't know what. I learned from you, Koi. Come on.
Yeah, I line up on the
Yeah,
box.
and I would have needed to pick up the shield, and I'm like, nah. But I mean, we had an influx of people finish all within a short time of each other. Like I came in first, and then within 30 seconds, 2 others finished. So really close race all the way around.
Yeah, I feel like there was just like a standard way through the game. You know, if you just do the things that make sense, then you make it through.
Yeah. But no.
What makes any kind of sense in Crosskeys?
Going to the places that have the things.
Yeah, that's easier said than done.
But what about the places with the stuff?
But you did it, wall kicks.
I feel like I did it. I mean, I feel like I did it late with that hammer.
You went to the place that had the things.
I mean, when I defeated Blind, I was so resigned to the fact that it was a pendant, because at that point I had I didn't know Desert, TR, and Thieves Sound, and I know among those 3 dungeons, 2 of them were pendants. I picked up nothing in Thieves Sound, and I'm like, just give me my pendant. Like this has been an entire waste of time. And then I dropped the Maya Big Key and the Crystal. I'm like, oh, nice. I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to worry about Desert or TR. And then I look at my track and I'm like, I'm a hammer from Go mode. I'm like, okay, let's think about where the hammer could be, and that's what led me to Meyer.
Did you know Meyer was a crystal?
Yeah, I knew Meyer was a crystal.
We didn't know that.
I did a map check at some point.
Oh, we must have just missed that.
Yeah.
Because at the time you got the hammer, it's like, wow, this is Go mode if Meyer's a crystal, and Wall Kicks is willing to bet everything on that because he's not going to check the other tests. But apparently you just knew.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I knew it was a crystal, so I knew that was Go mode from right there. But yeah, GG's. I think I'm gonna head out, have some lunch or something, and enjoy. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you for putting on restream. Shout outs to Speed Gaming. I now have to practice all dungeon key sanity swordless, because yay. Thanks, Kern.
I'm already ahead of you on lunch. Wall Kicks.
But GG's, guys. Thanks again.
I don't think I want to be friends with Kern anymore.
Yeah, we're always friends with Kern. Kern is a good guy.
Making people play swordless, man. That's just rude.
Hey, I would have done the same thing, but the all dungeon keys is a little crazy. At least it's not inverted. So, have a good day, guys.
Bye, Wall Kicks. GG.
Good run, Wall Kicks.
So I think the playoffs are starting tonight, right, for the league?
I'm not sure.
Let's
right
see.
now, all I'm interested in is how long do you think it's going to take for Mikan to realize that he hasn't checked Minimold?
Well, hopefully he does just remember it and go there. I think he will probably run out of checks first, though, before he does do that.
Because, oh, hey, there's Titan's Mitts.
That was a nice balance. What do you know?
So the thing is, this is the exact situation that I found myself in when I was doing an entrance randomizer, and it absolutely blew.
It did what now?
One time I was doing an entrance randomizer, and I could not find Eastern Palace at all. It was the only dungeon I had left to do. And it was on top of the bumper cave. But I couldn't remember to check it. Not bumper cave, it was the Death Mountain access in Light World, and it was the only place that I never checked, and I actually forfeited the race before I found it.
Yeah, it's real unfortunate when you get in that situation where you know you skipped something, but you just can't remember what it was. Because if you remembered what it was, you wouldn't have skipped it in the first place, right?
It wasn't even a matter that I forgotten what I just forgot that thing was a thing. You know, it would be an interesting change to the entrance randomizer if the maps, instead of showing you just what the crystal is, if it showed you the location of the dungeon.
Overpowered.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I think it'd cause a lot less headaches.
Well, I think headaches are kind of what you're after when you pick up a game mode like this one. That's part of the experience.
Fine, let me put it another way. I think it would be more accessible to people.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I don't think you're wrong or anything. I think accessibility isn't the goal of entrance random. Like it's intended to be, requiring more from the runner. And with that big key Mikan, we'll be able to logically full clear Tower of Hera. I imagine that's where he'll go next. Very slowly running out of checks here for Mikan.
So what's your favorite modifier for Link to the Past randomizer?
You know, I really love just playing normal seeds. Like just 7/7 open. Give that to me all day, every day.
So you really like the open modifier?
Yeah, just a regular old seed.
Now, you might call me crazy for this, but I really love Key Sanity.
I enjoy it. I like playing Key Sanity. I don't like racing it as much.
I'll agree to that. Key Sanity is a fun game mode to just play and relax with. Now, I say the word relax, and I use that term very loosely. But I think it adds just enough difference to the game to make it a refreshing way to play it, rather than a frustrating way. It's just the right balance of frustration and ease.
Yeah, I think Key Sanity and Entrance Rando as well. It just has like this really high level of variance in times between equally skilled runners with very just slightly different decision making, and it creates like this huge 10, 20, 30 minute difference in times. So racing it can be really, really frustrating because like oftentimes I'll lose to somebody that I normally I fare well against. by a large margin because I checked this location and he didn't, or something like that. Like this one tiny little decision makes this giant wave of time. Where in like a normal seed, in a normal open seed, that's a lot less common.
Honestly, I feel like the open mode of the game has been mostly like solved because there's like there's a super efficient route to go through to check all of the items, and the only difference in your routing is going to be which key items you get early. And even then, it just raises the priority on certain things. Like, I think you could easily program a bot to beat open.
To beat it, yeah, but not to beat a runner.
I think you could program a bot to beat a runner.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh my god, we can't found Eastern Palace!
Huzzah! But I think that'd be an interesting, like, addition to the game. If you could, like, say, set up a bot.
I think it would be easy to beat the bot, though, because, like, the bot would always make the same decisions, right? Like, it would always choose this place over this place given this situation. So all you have to do is learn what the bot would do in this situation and then do something else. And eventually that gives you the edge.
Theoretically, yes.
And you would always lose in a seed where the best decision is the bot decision, but like that's pretty rare for every seed to be like that,
Is it though? Because a lot of the times when I hear people talk about open mode, it's a lot of the same decision making behind it. Because they're like, I got this, so I knew I had to go here.
It's not that cut and dry.
It's not, and I understand that.
I mean, like there's certain things, like if I got, the medallion, a cane of Samaria, a lamp, and access to Turtle Rock. There's probably something in Turtle Rock, and I do Turtle Rock, and I find the thing, But not everything's that easy to see. Like getting the early bow doesn't always mean there's something in pod. Getting early Flipper's mirror doesn't always mean there's something in Swamp. And then every now and then you get a seed where the mirror is on purple chest or something in a location that nobody is ever going to do quickly. And the right decision in that seed was to do the stupidest possible thing, But you have to play the odds. So you do the thing that makes the most sense at the time.
Yeah, but I think it'd be a nice training aid, at least. Because then you could get an idea of, like, why the bot beat you. Then again, you can get the same from asking another runner, but I feel, personally, I always feel kind of intimidated asking, like, an opponent, hey, what made you decide this? As a commentator, I feel fine asking people stuff like that, but to improve my own play, I usually need to get feedback from other people. Or a feedback from some other source.
You can always watch runners. I know there's quite a few random runners who commentate their own races in a way, like they talk about their decision making and the reasons they're doing things, or their different choices that they're choosing between. That's how I learned when I first started playing, was watching streamers like that. But the fun part about Rando, I think, like the core concept is sometimes you win by not making the best decisions. Like sometimes you can do things on a whim, or because it's the bad decision, and it can totally pay off.
And I understand that. I think that's just a thing about most randomizer or roguelikes in general. Well, most that require items to win. Something like SMB3, you don't really... It's not really about where you go, it's more about execution.
Yeah, that's typically speedrunning. I think the randomness is what makes randomizer fun, but not necessarily the most competitive thing I've ever seen. Like I don't think we couldn't make like a $1 million esport out of this.
I mean, there's tournaments and stuff going on.
We got tournaments, but it's all for fun.
I wouldn't mind seeing someone set up a cash tournament.
They did one at SG Live.
Oh, I think I might have inspired some people in chat.
How far behind is Mikan? He's a bit. I think that was his last crystal, though, right?
Well, he cleared Hera, right?
Yeah, he did Eastern. He did a Hera.
He needs to do Ice Palace.
I believe he did Ice Palace already.
Maybe.
So that should have been his last crystal.
Yeah. Oh, Meyer? Did he do Meyer? He just finished Meyer.
He just did Meyer. It was like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, he's headed to Ganon now. This is the end.
He only has 9 arrows.
Well, he only needs 4. He's fine. Bit of an easier time in phase 1 and 2 here with Butter Sword instead of Master.
Yep. And with this perfect Ganon warp, and it's just not going to take any time at all.
Yeah, it should be an easy sub 2.
Is that a setup for a double?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is a fast Ganon.
Oh my god, the pig is dead!
Time for more bacon.
And with that, Mikan finishes 5th overall. Second on the restream here with a time of 2:32.48. GG Mikan. Hopefully we get an interview.
Hopefully.
Not sure.
So what place does that put Mikan in?
Mikan finished 5th overall.
That is not bad.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how large the race was, but considering he last locationed, Eastern Palace. I think you did pretty good.
Well, also that, and also like, wasn't it 4 people right in a row?
3 right in a row, and then Humbug finished about 8 minutes afterwards.
Yeah. Still, I've seen longer seeds.
Yeah, it's pretty quick seed for Crosskeys. Like 207, it's very fast.
Even 232 isn't bad.
All right, I asked BKN if he was going to do an interview, and he said 1 second. So unclear. Not sure what's going to happen.
One Cane of
I'm gonna wait
Samaria.
a second. Oh, there he is. Hi, BKN. GG.
Hi.
GG,
I found Eastern Palace.
You
Huzzah!
did. You
I'm
did.
so
So
happy.
you did forget about that location?
I routed around it accidentally. Is what happened. I didn't forget
That's-
about it. I just didn't find myself back there.
Oh, so you knew it was a possibility the whole time. You just didn't.
Yeah. When I went to check out the southeast flipper stuff in the Dark World, I should have mirrored and checked it right then, but I maybe I forgot about it at that point.
Yeah,
That's fine though. Whatever.
it happened.
Yeah, I mean, the route you took just happened to like leave it all by its lonesome. But when you kept not going back to check it real quick, I started to think maybe he thinks he already did it, and then he'll never check it.
I really wanted the boots to do something, and they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't unlock anything but a sword that I didn't need.
Not only did their boots not do anything, but your fire rod and your Ganisaur Big Key also weren't really needed. Wall kicks finished the seed without ever.
Oh yeah, because
doing
of
GT.
the bomb jump in back of Skullwoods. Yeah, that makes sense.
So he
I
never
didn't
had
know-
to find the fire rod or the Big Key.
I didn't know what Turtle Rock was at the time,
Right.
pendant wise. So that was a little stinky. But yeah, I can see why that might save 20 minutes.
We thought you were winning for quite a long time
Yeah, same.
until you didn't go to Eastern.
Yeah, you had a
Because
sizable
you
lead.
made the
To be fair,
you found Ice Palace and made the play for the first chest a lot earlier than Wall
Oh,
Kicks,
yeah.
which
oh no, I
the
found the
mirror.
mirror, and then I got
And then that
the
was the
lamp
lamp.
and the hammer.
then
Yeah,
the
I got all
hammer.
I got all that, and I knew I was A+ up there. But I wasn't that worried about Eastern until I found like the Hera Big Key or something, because I still needed that. After I found the Hera Big Key, I mean, I found Eastern right after, so it was still kind of, even if I forgot Eastern, if I found Samaria before the Hera Big Key, that would have been a lot more crap I would have checked, like in
Oh,
Turtle
yeah.
Rock.
Imagine something like that happened to other runners who maybe last location some other item, but had the Samaria. Then you'd be able to like full clear Turtle Rock and things like that. Go to the east side of GT.
Oh yeah.
Wall Kicks was actually in a really precocious situation for quite a while because while it was easy for you to get the hammer because you had the lamp on your first trip to Mire, he dove Mire without a fire source.
Yeah.
So he walked out of there with the second bow, but left behind 4 checks, and 2 of which were locked behind that fire. So when he finally did get fire, it still took him a long time to make his way back to Mire to get the hammer because it was just 2 checks.
When I saved and quit Sanctuary, and I planned to go when I did go up to Ice Palace. I actually I for some reason I swapped. I thought Mire was in Kakariko for some reason. I was going to go into Mire, and then I was going to go into Ice Palace. But then I looked at my actual tracker, and it's like, oh right, Mire isn't here at all. Well, I'll just go to Ice Palace instead. It's cool that it worked out.
Well, that worked out for you.
That's okay. I did the GT climb. I bonked a lot. Holy cow. My movement was really, really bad.
You only had the boots for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just you wait. Hold on. They're coming up. That sequence broken fighter sword was pretty cool out of Skullwoods.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But here's the most important question: did you have fun?
It was okay. Yeah, I had fun.
It was okay.
It was alright. 19 bonks, that's unacceptable. That's like the amount of bonks I get when I start with the
that's a normal
boots.
seed. Yeah. That's just like your normal seed. You only had the boots for like 10 minutes.
God, it was so bad.
So many bonks.
Yeah, that was cool. Thanks for doing stuff. I know
our
Crosskeys can
pleasure.
be kind of long to commentate, especially when one of the two runners goes a little bit longer than the other.
It wasn't that much longer.
That does bring up another very important question with the length of the seed. What's your favorite syrup to put on pancakes?
I don't eat pancakes enough to know what the variety is.
Yeah, I'm with Mikan here. What are the options?
Well, you've got the standard syrup,
Maple?
which is I think is like maple or brown sugar style syrups. You got like boysenberry, strawberry, blueberry.
I never had any other syrups, I don't think.
Yeah, other than the standard whatever, that's pretty much all I've ever had. I'm definitely open to trying more though.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think I even had maple syrup that was made in a whiskey barrel.
Sweet.
It was pretty good.
That's a lot, it sounds like.
Yeah.
It's a lot of syrup.
Well, obviously, I got like a smaller bottle.
You didn't just like pour the entire barrel on your
Come
pancakes.
from the bear.
No, I think I'd die from sugar overdose.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna finish it up here for us.
Yep.
Big GGs to Wallkicks and Mikan. Make sure to give them a follow on their streams. Although the bot's broken, so you'll have to find their streams the hard
Oh,
way.
nice.
Shout out to Koi and our trackers, who's
Or one tracker.
Irritable Penguin.
Thanks so much, Drake Tempest, as well, and thank you, chat. Thank you for being here, for making us have somebody to posture to. I guess. Give me
talk to.
attention.
To talk
I
to you
don't-
while you're waiting 20 minutes for someone else to finish.
I don't know why you'd thank me. I made everyone hungry with my talk of pancakes.
All right, guys, make sure you stay tuned to the Speed Gaming family of channels for more speedrunning action. Not just Link to the Past, although there is quite a lot of Link to the Past to watch. I think including 3 playoff races tonight for the
Yeah.
league.
Isn't there something going on like right after this?
I have no idea. You guys can check the Speed Gaming schedule by using the schedule command, which that might not work either. I don't know. I need to go eat dinner though, so goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.